Anyways, tell us Saints fans out there, man, that would be the most disappointing game in a long time that I can remember as a Saints fan. And it's not because of the performance of Derek Carr. A lot of people out there, oh, Derek Carr sucked. It was all Derek Carr's fault. No, it wasn't. The O-line, terrible. Defeated by injuries, and you can't win in that conditions. When you have pressure, there's a clip. Lucas Patrick, I'll see if I can put it here. Lucas Patrick literally let up a guy. He's in center. The guy lines up right in front of his face. Right in front of his face. Lucas Patrick steps to the right, looks away from the guy. Doesn't even try to look at him. He saw him in front of him lining up, looks away from him, doesn't even touch him. Lets the linebacker free run at Derek Carr right in the middle of the field. Derek Carr shits his pants. What else are you going to do?
I shot my pants.
What else do you want him to do? Yes, the pick on the 1st and 10 in the first drive of the game, that was his fault. Boneheaded mistake, throwing off the back of his foot, fade away 3-ball, Dirk Nowitzki. What are you doing? That was his mistake. Yes, that sucked. But he put us back in position to win that game. To get back in that game, he did. 14-16. You know what the defense did? 13-16 because Blake Griffin missed. Guess what? Blake Griffin was injured going to the game, and they decide, let him kick anyways. It doesn't really matter. He doesn't need to warm up. He doesn't need to practice the week. Misses the PAT, whatever. 3 points. 1 point's not gonna change how this game is impacted, looked at. What changes the game is your defense, Dennis Allen, that you're known for not being able to do shit. Nothing. The run game can't stop a Colt. The pass game gets penalties left and right. Marshawn Lattimore's chilling. I'll let you know he's chilling. They're not throwing the ball at him. He hasn't done anything. And he hasn't done anything because they're not throwing him the ball because he's so locked down. But Paulson Adebo, Paulson Adebo's guarding man one-on-one deep field. I'll check it to him. You want to know why? PI. Boom. Easy 50, 60 yards right there. Boom. Easy. Put a safety over that man every single play because you want to know what's going to happen if not? Teams are going to look over there, see man on man, check it deep. Why not? Why not? Yes, he has a bunch of picks, and he makes up for it right after the PI. Most times, somehow, bless his heart, I love Paulson Adebo. I think he has the right athleticism that this team needs. He has the right characteristics that the team needs. He's aggressive. He could tackle well. But man, he does not know how to not get a PI, which stinks. I'm not it does stink. And it's not always his fault. Some of that PI was a little bit iffy in the Chiefs game. I'm not going to lie to you. They're both looking for the ball. Very, very little contact. He falls over because he's 160 pounds. And I didn't like the call. Rashid Shaheed got hit the same way. They didn't call that. So it was iffy. But then you get to the end of the game. We're down 2 scores. You need to score on this drive with nine and a half minutes left. 4th and 8. You see, it's engage 8. They're bringing everyone on the line. They're not hiding it. Steve Spagnuolo isn't hiding that. Everyone's blitzing. 4th and 8, game on the line, and you throw the ball to Mason Tipton. And here's the thing. Everyone's going to say, oh, Derek Carr just threw it up to Mason Tipton. Why would he do that? He was asked post-game, who was the number one target, number one read on that play? Mason Tipton. Boom. Clint Kubiak, what are you doing? What are you doing? Mason Tipton had more targets than Chris Olave, your star receiver, who has been balling out when you throw him the ball every single week. In this game, Mason Tipton had more targets than him until garbage time. Why? It should never be a thing. Even if you are if they're doubling him, you scheme up plays to get him open and throw him the ball. Quick outs, quick routes, quick slants, a little bubble screen, anything. You get him the ball. And the way that they just absolutely avoided it, that's not on Derek Carr. Derek Carr's not calling these plays. And when he's open, he was throwing it to him. Yeah, they had a deep connection that got called back due to penalty. And on that play where it was 4th and 8, game on the line, Derek Carr threw an absolute dime with players in his face to Mason Tipton. And this is no hate to Mason Tipton. I love the guy. The fact that you're from a Yale and as an undersized receiver from Yale, you come into the NFL as an undrafted free agent, ball out in training camp, only play 1 week at training camp, miss every single preseason game, and you're on the team, you're a dog. And I'm not blaming him for missing that catch. He had a catch earlier in the game, pretty much the same, over over the shoulder, huge adjustment, just couldn't get his feet down. He made that catch, couldn't get his feet down. This one went through his hands. I'm not going to blame him for that. But why is he the number one target and not your number one receiver of the year in the last 3 years? Why? There's no rhyme or reason. And it's shown that the last 3 weeks without Taysom Hill, or last 2.5 games without Taysom Hill, because last week he only played half a game. Without Taysom Hill, this offense has no clue what it's doing. None. Absolutely none. Shuts down. Clint Kubiak can't call a play without him. They can't score without him either until they get to the red zone. Once they get to the red zone, they're scoring like every single time right now. It's ridiculous. We're a red zone scoring team, but we can't get to the red zone without Taysom Hill right now. That's our issue. And until we fix that, we're not winning games. And maybe Spencer Rattler will. Maybe he will fix it. So I'm excited to see what he does in this game. I love Spencer Rattler, and as an OU fan, I was bummed for what happened to him, but it is what it is. Caleb Williams came in balled out, so it wasn't too frustrating. But Spencer Rattler, man, if you come out and light this world on fire, Saints fans will be thanking you for years to come.